A horrifying mass shooting just hit a New Jersey arts festival. A 24-hour celebration of the arts and artistic accomplishment in New Jersey was overshadowed by the American obsession with firearms on Sunday as a shooting in the Garden State sent 22 people to the hospital in the early hours of the morning. According to Philadelphia 6 ABC, the shooting occurred Sunday around 2:45 a.m. at the Art All Night Trenton 2018 festival at the Roebling Wire Works building on the 600 block of South Clinton Avenue in the state's capital of Trenton. The event began the day prior at 3 p.m. and was slated to run until 3 p.m. on Sunday. The festival showcased 1,500 pieces of local art, live art instruction, and live murals. It also acted as host to 60-plus musical acts in celebration of the event. Officials estimate 1,000 guests were in the area at the time of the shooting and believe the shooters had been in attendance at the festival. Unfortunately, metal detectors were not utilized at the venue. The tragedy comes only a few short days after New Jersey's newest governor, Democrat Phil Murphy, signed several pieces of legislation tightening the state's already strict gun laws. The NRA has no doubt already called in the sadistic Dana Loesch, who will gleefully conflate the shooting with the tightened gun laws. She will undoubtedly gloss over the fact that most of the bills have yet to formally take effect. For example, A 2757 dictates that private firearm sales must be accompanied by a background check conducted through a federally licensed gun dealer. Federal law requires a background check for every gun sale through a licensed dealer, but that requirement doesn't extend to private transfers. But one of the final lines of the legislation stipulates the effect date, stating this act shall take effect on the first day of the fourth month next following enactment, meaning it will be nearly Halloween before this particular law makes New Jersey a safer place to live. Another bill, A 2761, expands an existing restriction on ammunition magazines, lowering the capacity from 15 rounds to 10 rounds, but it comes with a 180-day grace period from the date of signing. In the wake of mass tragedy, it seems unfair to the victims to discuss the legal loopholes which hurt them in the first place, but thanks to the NRA these non sequiturs are essential to combating their extensive propaganda channels. NRA nonsense aside, 22 more people have been hospitalized due to gun violence. 17 of those were injured directly by bullets, including a 13-year-old boy and 3 other individuals currently in critical condition. 5 others were injured while trying to escape the chaos, including a woman who was hiding behind a vehicle. The driver of the vehicle eventually took off without seeing her, which threw the woman who then sustained bruising to her scalp. Authorities have identified at least 2 suspects in the shooting. 1, a 33-year-old man, was shot and killed, the other was taken into police custody. They say there could be more suspects and are questioning witnesses. Mercer County Prosecutor Angelo Onofre told 6 ABC reporters officials believe one of the gunmen was shot and killed by an officer. This particular development pushed the investigation into the hands of the Mercer County's Prosecutor's Office Homicide Task Force due to the officer's involvement. It absolutely could have been worse given the confined space and the number of shots that appeared to have been fired, Onofre said. Art All Night Trenton organizers posted their reaction to the shooting on their Facebook page. It's with great regret that we announce that the remainder of Art All Night has been cancelled due to a tragic incident that occurred overnight. We're very shocked. We're deeply saddened. Our hearts ache and our eyes are blurry, but our dedication and resolve to building a better Trenton through community, creativity, and inspiration will never fade. Not tonight. Not ever. Another day in America, another gun tragedy. Worst of all, another day preparing to counter whatever propaganda the NRA manages to throw together to try and put more guns into the hands of everyday Americans for the sake of their own profit under the guise of civil liberty and personal safety. They should be ashamed, but as they're already supplementing their own personalities with the caliber of their rifle, it's highly unlikely shame is an emotion with which they have any familiarity.